says we're live. Could you tell me
Okay.
when not XSplit, when Twitch says that we're like actually live?
Okay. Will do.
Like when Twitch is going online and everything like that.
Yeah. Okay. It's live. I see a live.
Okay, yeah, we're live. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hyrule Warriors Grindfest. Woo!
Oh yeah.
We took last week off, but my lovely co-host Catherine became the actual host, and I was her co-host for a little bit. But this time things are back to normal. And we're going to be doing some Hyrule Warriors grinding. Now, actually, before we started, I actually posted on Twitter a poll for who out of the remaining non-DLC characters should have been grinded, and the winner was Fi by one vote. There were 247 total votes, so a lot. Fi had the most with 48, and Midna, the second runner-up, had 47. Oh, Fi just got another vote as I was checking this, so I guess it wasn't that close, but yeah. For
Still
a
pretty
while,
close.
yeah, for a while, Fi and Girahim were neck and neck, but it looks like Midna must have caught up to Girahim at some point. So I guess we've got a lot of Skyward Sword fans watching or something. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna be doing Fi today, so let's get started.
All right.
Fi, I think I've talked plenty about Fi before, but Fi isn't really my favorite character, but she's all right. I guess I have a feeling that she's gonna be a pain to try to grind in this one because a lot of her attacks have very sweeping motions, so it'll be hard to be precise with her. I have a feeling, but you know we'll deal with it. But yeah, Catherine unfortunately did not get her character pick, which was Darunia, was it?
Yeah, I like Junia. I think he's funny. I like his stupid dance in the victory animation where he just dances around to Saria's song. And
Okay,
I wanted him to wear the Goron mask. Department of Redundancy Department.
okay, but however, you can pick the costume for Fi though.
Ooh,
So
okay.
what do you want? Do you want her normal outfit, her Master Quest outfit where she's like light blue, her Twilight outfit where she's like yellow and white, or the Stone Mask where she's
All
invisible?
right. I think let me see these. All right, they're just showing up now. Okay, that's Master Quest. Very very nice ice blue color. Let's see what the next one. Twilight. All right, very nice white and gold's going on there. I think your game glitched out on that last one. Um
Yeah, she's
let's
just invisible. It's weird.
oh that's why I don't see her. Okay. Let's go with Twilight. It's pretty.
Um, okay, let's get going then. All right, this is an EXP up weapon. Let's get going. Okay, so yeah, if you guys are new to the Grindfest, welcome. Basically what we do is we grind in Hyrule Warriors. You know, that part should probably be pretty obvious. Um, but really it's just an excuse for us to talk about whatever the hell we want. Like, the fact that there's a Hyrule Warriors 3DS port coming out pretty soon. Also,
We
is
knew
the
about that last time, I think, but
yeah, but we no, it came the news came out the last week, but when we didn't actually do the Grindfest, we were doing that thing on your channel,
oh, okay.
remember? But yeah, um, recently there was news is that announced characters at the E3 Tetra and the King of Red Lions, they're not going to be the only new characters, and they're not going to be the only new characters, and I think they also confirmed more story scenarios too. So, woo. Um, so much grinding. It'll never stop. Yes. Um, but yeah, so that's cool. I guess that means I'm gonna have to keep on doing this fucking show at some point, you know,
Woo!
because the good thing is that all the characters can indeed be transferred over to the HD version of the game. So I will be able to grind them in good quality, which is, you know, great. Um, And yeah, so it's not coming out till 2016 though. So, you know, it'll come back after a while. So don't expect it like right this second or anything like that. But yeah, the Grindfest will continue as it always, always, always does.
Of course.
Ugh. But yeah, okay, well then, Catherine, I guess, I have a question for you. What character
Yes.
would you like to see added to Hyrule Warriors?
Uh, um, I don't know. Like, I've never played a Zelda game, so I don't know.
Yeah, but you
I
gotta
can't
know at
think of
least some of
anyone.
the characters a little bit, right?
But most of the characters I know are already in the game.
Really? You don't have any, like,
Yeah,
surprise?
like who? Like, I don't know. Or like at least they're represented in the game. Like, I could joke and be like the postman, but there's Postman Link.
Uh,
Uh,
a lot of people want, who's its face? Groose from Skyward Sword. I don't think he's gonna be put in the game,
I
to be
thought nobody
perfect.
liked him. Like,
Uh,
for real, nobody liked him.
no, he's got a surprisingly large fan base, and I can't tell if it's one of those things where people are just joking, or if like people actually like him or something. It's actually kind of weird. um, but yeah, a lot of people want Groose. I'm trying to think who else would be cool to have in the game. Oh yeah, the thing is that I'm not the biggest Zelda person either, so I can't really think of an awful lot of characters that I would really want in there. I guess from Ocarina of Time, like Saria or Neburu, I guess they would be pretty cool. Uh, yeah, I'm having a hard time of thinking of people. Um,
Yeah, they really covered most of
they
the
have,
bases
well,
and
they
then
have,
some.
well, here's the thing: they've skipped quite a few games. Is the big thing. Like, people were upset that they basically had next to no representation for Wind Waker. Like the only thing from Wind Waker in the game was the baton weapon for Zelda. That was pretty much it.
Hmm.
So they basically skipped Wind Waker, and they skipped a lot of the 2D games too. Not that those games have an awful lot of characters. Like they
Yeah,
could have whatever the fuck his name is from the A Link to the Past, who John just always calls Jerry. um, uh,
Aghanim.
yeah, that guy. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think of other characters. There could be the old man from Zelda 1. Um, yeah, but they got a lot of the big characters. They're skipping a lot of they're skipping a lot of the 2D games. But really, out of the 3D Zeldas, the only game that they really have nothing from is Wind Waker. So they already have that covered with Tetra and the King of Red Lions. So um, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I can't really. Does the chat have anybody that they really want in the game?
Someone said Hilda, but
Uh,
isn't there already a recolor of Zelda that's Hilda?
yeah, her Master Quest outfit, I believe, is basically just Hilda's outfit. So, and like, to be honest, you don't ever fight Hilda in A Link Between Worlds. So I can't even really think of what they'd give her for a moveset. Now, granted, they gave Agatha a movement set, so that doesn't even really mean an awful lot. But,
Yeah.
I can't really see it, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, someone said Happy Mask Salesman. That would actually be pretty funny.
It would be pretty funny. A lot of people were really kind of pissed off that the Skull Kid wasn't a playable character for the Majora's Mask pack. Um, yeah, that's one thing that I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it's not just a whole bunch of like alternate versions of characters. Like, well, I guess I mean Tetra's already kind of doing that because that's just another Zelda, technically. Um, I mean, it's well, sort of. Tetra's like the reincarnation of Zelda, kind of like Link is Link is reincarnated every time. It's weird. But yeah. Yeah, a hard time thinking of anybody. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well. Are you gonna play Hyrule Warriors on 3DS, Catherine?
I don't know. Probably not. Just because I don't know, like, I feel like it doesn't look as good.
Oh no, the
Which is a petty thing to say, but just having seen how good it looks on the Wii U,
well, will you
it's
ever
just weird
plan
looking
on
at the
do you ever
3DS
plan on
version.
playing the Wii U version then, or is it like not a priority for you?
It's not a priority.
Okay.
I mean, maybe, you know, it's just not a priority for me. I think I'd rather play Dragon Quest Heroes just because I'd rather get into Dragon because I haven't played any Dragon Quest games and I haven't played any Zelda games. But I'm more interested in getting into Dragon Quest than I am
Well, you know,
into
you
Zelda.
could play Dragon Quest instead of playing so much Fire Emblem. Just saying.
Dude, I was so mad because I got so far. If you haven't seen my Twitter, which yeah, I have a Twitter. I got so far. Well, I thought it was farther than I ever gotten in the latest chapter in Fire Emblem 7, which I'm playing, which is chapter 26. I forget what. Oh, it's like, I forget what it's called. Something Dawn. I don't remember. But
Radiant Dawn? That's
really
on the
far.
Wii, Catherine.
No. But I was like so close. I had gotten Nino, spoiler for Fire Emblem 7. Nino, I had Nino on my side, and I had person whose name I won't reveal in case you are playing Fire Emblem 7 and not at the point where you know this character or don't know this character will join you. I had Stabby Guy. I had rescued him, so he was okay. And I just had to get Nino to talk to Stabby Guy. And then, oh, what's that? The boss character has a bolting, which is long distance light magic. Oh, she hits Nino? Nino's dead. No, come on.
What was the hit
I
percentage
couldn't
on
even
that?
see her because of fog of war. Hit percentage 100%, I think it was.
Oh, okay. Normally that's pretty inaccurate, though.
Yeah, but Nino joins you at level 5, and the boss character is pretty high level. I mean, that's the point. Like they put that in there to troll you because you can't see her because it's fog of war. And that level is, well, more like darkness of war because the gimmick, the reason for fog is because it's dark.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's dark.
You still got like 5 chapters left. Finish this stupid game and then play other games.
I will. It's hard, or I'm bad at it. Whatever. I think I'm doing. It's hard for me because I don't I like to. I think it's because I started with Awakening. Where in Awakening you could grind people, and I'm like, I want to use everyone. Let's not leave everyone behind. I'm like, wow, these units aren't all very good.
Nope, some characters just need to be left behind in, like, if they're just not working for you, you just gotta dump them and move on to the next character. And
I mean, some characters do have potential, like, apparently, but apparently the fighters in 7 are just not very good. I'm not talking about
Dorcas and Barter?
I know how, yeah, Dorcas and Barter are the boarding court of that game.
What?
But, sorry, that's the Fire Emblem 1. The Fire Emblem archetypes are generally just what, like, called by the name of the corresponding character in Fire Emblem 1. So, like, the Lena archetype is the young female healer, you know, not cleric, whatever. Is it cleric? I forget the class names, but like the healer, the young female healer. So that's Lissa or what's her name in 7? Sarah. That's the Lena archetype. Board and Cord are 2 fighters that join you pretty early in the game. Cain and Abel as another archetype. So yeah.
Who are the board and cord in Fire Emblem Awakening?
There is no board and cord in Fire Emblem Awakening because they only give you one fighter, Vake.
Enter the Vake.
Vake is 2 people in 1. That's what he would probably think. Good for him. But yeah, it's funny because I didn't, again, because I started with Awakening, I didn't know about the whole triangle attack thing that Pegasus Knights can do in some games if it's a game where you have 3 Pegasus Knights. I don't think it's just limited to Pegasus Knights, but it's most notable for Pegasus Knights.
What do you mean by triangle attack?
If you surround, so say there's a unit and you have three of characters that are able to do the triangle attack on 3 sides of him, so the units aren't touching each other. They're just at diagonals, forming a sort of triangle around that unit. They can do a triangle attack. It's not, according to the wiki at least, it's not terribly worth it because, I mean, you're just wasting a lot of units around to do one attack. But it's just a little thing they put in where if you surround an enemy, you can do a special triangle attack. Like the Pegasus Knights in Fire Emblem 7 can do it, but only in Hector's mode, because only in Hector's mode can you get all 3. You can only get 2 of them in Eliwood's mode. But I'm just picturing Cordelia and Sumia being like, triangle, oh! And they just cry.
No, Cordelia's crying because Crom's looking lovingly into whoever you had Crom marry's eyes.
Me.
No, Catherine, Crom is not your real life husbando.
I know, but Avatar, Catherine, married Crom.
I could make a remark, but it would be mean, so I'm not going to.
Dude, you married Lissa. Shut up.
Only on my first playthrough.
You broke the bro code. Even I'm not a bro, and I know you don't do that to your bros.
Hey, Crom seemed to be good with it. He was still talking about like friendship and stuff, and how strong our bonds were. Me and Crom had very strong bonds.
Oh man, I love how half of the female Avatar support seem to be her walking in on someone in their underwear while they're changing or something. I'm like, learn to knock, femme Avatar.
Femme Avatar confirmed for pervert.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, did you see the Persona? Did you see the Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem comic? Catherine? Well, you saw the Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem trailer at the Nintendo Direct, right? Where where that thing is Crom, where that.
Yeah, what's going on? Did they get Nomura to do character designs? That looks like a Nomura design.
Okay, well here's the thing. I showed you Persona 4 comic, and so they had a comic where it's Crom standing next to SMT Cross Fire Emblem Crom, and it's I'm a shadow, your true self. What? You're jealous that you didn't get put into Smash. No, I'm proud of my best friend and my daughter for getting in. You're not me. So yeah, I thought that was funny.
Oh man, that game's gonna be weird.
Oh no, it's gonna be very weird. I mean, like, what did you expect? SMT is weird.
I think I was expecting a little more Fire Emblem and a little less SMT bizarreness.
Yeah, well,
I think also it just seems very much more Persona. From what I know, I haven't played SMT or Persona games, but just from what I know about SMT and Persona, it seems very much more Persona. But you've played a little bit of Persona and you've played quite a bit of SMT. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's the vibe is very Persona. But from what I can tell, most of the story beats seem to be very Fire Emblem. Actually, because
the story. What? I couldn't quite hear you.
The story beats, like the plot, like because Tiki's in the game. All of the characters, demon-y alter egos are all Fire Emblem characters. The school that they're after has the fucking Fire Emblem from Awakening as its school logo. Have you seen Derek's analysis on it? He did a very good job at pointing out a lot of the Fire Emblem
Oh no, I haven't. I haven't had a chance to watch any of the Game Explained analysis videos from this E3 yet.
Oh no,
I'll
this
flip
was an
those up.
old one from I think the first trailer.
Oh, okay. No, I hadn't watched that because I just wasn't sure what to think of it at that point.
Okay, well he did a very good job on it, and so I recommend watching that because there's a lot of Fire Emblem connections actually in the game. There's plenty of SMT ones too, but from what I can tell, it's a Persona take on the Fire Emblem mythos. So it actually looks pretty interesting. One of the only Treehouse Live segments that I haven't watched actually is the Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem one, and I know that it's got like a new name, which I have no hope in pronouncing. And it is,
Oh,
but
really?
yeah, it's
Let me look it up.
yeah, yeah, it's got a, I think that's its Japanese name. I don't think we even have a localized name over here yet. So, you
Well, I'm
know.
sure there's a translation.
Well, no, it wasn't even, if you look on the Treehouse Live list, if you look on Nintendo's uploads and look at the Treehouse Live segment for it, um, they just use its Japanese name. They haven't given it a localized
Oh
name
yeah.
yet.
Gene Ibunroku hashtag Fire Emblem. Or
Yeah,
hashtag FE.
yeah, that.
Which Wikipedia says, yeah, I wouldn't have known this. Revelation of the Illusion, hashtag FE.
I think the Revelations thing is supposed to be, like, again, this is me pulling stuff out of my ass, because Persona is not my area of expertise when it comes to Shin Megami Tensei, but the first game in the Persona subseries was actually called Revelations Persona. So
Oh,
I think it might be kind of a sign that it's going much more for Persona's vibe than Shin Megami Tensei, because even though they're all part of the same series, Persona and mainline SMT have very different vibes. So yeah,
yeah.
not that one or the other is inherently better. I personally prefer regular SMT, but I get why other people like um, Persona better. But so not saying that one's inherently better than the other, but in this case, they just decided to go with Persona instead. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that game's gonna be fucking weird. I think it actually comes out in Japan at the end of this year. Wait, you have the Wikipedia page open? Could you check
Oh.
that for me?
Yep, I can because I still have it open. Oh, actually, there's no date. It says, according to the Wikipedia, which has a source, I don't know what yet, I'll look, Q4 2015 in Japan.
Ah, okay. So I'm gonna guess
Atlas
summer.
on Twitter. Yeah, the source is Atlas on Twitter.
I'm gonna guess summer 20. I'm gonna guess summer 2016 for it, because that's actually summertime. Was actually the. It's actually funny. Summer 2013. No. Early winter 2016 is when. Early winter 2013. Sorry, is when Fire Emblem Awakening came out, and summer 2013 is when Shin Megami Tensei 4 came out. And look at that, winter early in the year 2016 is when Fire Emblem Fates is going to come out. So I think summer 2016 is when Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem is going to come out in the States, which will be nice.
Sweet.
Yeah. Are you going to play that game, Catherine?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think it just depends on what else I have. I might not play it right away. I think it just depends.
Okay.
And it depends on. I'll have to look into it more. As far as like what the gameplay's like.
Well, it's got to be
yeah.
close to done if it's coming out in the winter, in Japan. So at the
Oh,
very
yeah.
least, like the design and everything's got to be done.
I just didn't get a good feel. I think I was too busy being like, "What is going on?"
Well,
when I was watching the trailer. So.
well, the Treehouse Live segment's actually really long. It's like 45 minutes. So I haven't watched it either.
Sorry.
Basically, their Treehouse staff, which is the localization. Treehouse is the name for the localization department at Nintendo. They basically just play through demos of the game. At those.
Yeah. So are those posts? Are those like archived on Twitch?
Yeah, they're on. No, not on Twitch.
On
if
YouTube?
You go to Nintendo's YouTube channel, they're on YouTube. You just gotta.
Okay.
If you just go to their video list, they're up towards the top because they haven't uploaded much after.
No, I know what the Treehouse is because I watched some of it last year, and I was able to listen to a little bit of it this year. But
Oh yeah.
the
Well,
problem is,
I knew you knew that. I was slyly letting the viewers know
oh, okay,
if they were not familiar with the concept. Yeah,
no,
it is kind of weird. Sometimes we forget that like people are watching. At least sometimes I do. Do you do,
no,
Catherine?
I just thought you were telling me. I don't forget, because also I have a chat open.
Oh yeah, you're looking at that more often. Okay, that
Yeah.
that makes sense. Now that I think about it. If you're like just so you guys know, I personally don't look at the chat very much during these grind fests because I'm busy playing the game. I really cannot, like, if it were like a turn-based RPG, I could probably swing looking at the chat, but for a game like Hyrule Warriors, even if I'm grinding, I have to be looking at the screen. So
You
I
can't
can't.
just mash buttons.
No, Cat, you can't just mash buttons. Jeez,
Oh.
how dare you make fun of the serious game of Hyrule Warriors like that?
That guy is just staring at I know I'm 30 seconds late, but that guy was just like looking down at Fi's poor unconscious body, like I think she's out.
Well, Fi is also kind of like a robot, so like, whatever.
Is she like the spirit of the master?
Yeah, she's
Sword
a
or some
spirit of the
weirdness?
Master Sword, so essentially she's a robot. She talks like one. So, yeah.
She's fun to watch.
Oh, well, that's just because you like dancing.
Yeah.
You'll have noticed, however, that I'm spamming the same combo over and over again, though. The one where she turns into the giant sword and does the circular swing. That's her best combo by far.
Yeah.
So, I spam it a lot.
Whatever works.
It's going to be really weird having to play this for Brain Scratch because I'm going to have to at least try to play a little bit less spammy just so that it's interesting to watch. And that's going to be interesting.
I think you guys will have enough stuff to talk about, though, I'm sure.
Gonna...
You always manage to find stuff to talk about. As long as there's something going on screen that isn't, like, waiting or driving.
Wait, what? What are you talking about for the driving in particular?
F-Zero.
Oh, well, I wasn't there for that.
You weren't there for that one, but I'm just thinking I feel that is the most infamous playthrough where the Brain Scratch crew, which did not include Ted as much at that point, was just not having much to say because
racing game.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe for the next F-Zero commentary. Oh, there'd have to be another F-Zero game.
You could go back to the SNES one.
Or we could do the N64 F-Zero, which I hear is pretty good too.
Oh yeah, it's like F-Zero X.
Yeah, GX is GameCube. You can remember.
I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw that Derek's username was Bitner GX, I didn't make the Game Explain connection. I thought he was a really big F-Zero fan.
You see, it's a good thing that Derek's probably still coming back from E3 and isn't paying attention to the Grindfest right now.
It's all in friendship, Derek. It's all in friendship.
Derek's my friend. You can't have him as your friend. He's mine.
Oh my gosh, are we back in middle school?
Middle school? Wow, you give my maturity way too much credit.
No, I feel like that's the kind of thing girls did in middle school.
Oh, they did? Oh, that was, like, I was thinking more elementary school. But then again, I was not a middle school girl, so I cannot speak to that.
Yeah.
Middle school.
I
it
do
was
not
the best
recommend
of
being a girl
times.
in middle school.
Middle school. It was the best of times. It was actually not the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Yeah, it was pretty much.
No, I can't think of very many good things.
I love, just to go off on a tangent, I love that it was the best of times because I had to read A Tale of Two Cities for academic decathlon.
Oh wow, that book's really long, isn't it? It's like War and Peace.
It's not that long.
Oh,
no,
I thought it was like War and Peace length.
Oh no, it's not that long. It really is not that long. It was published serially by Charles Dickens, so like it was published a chapter at a time. I forget how many chapters it was. Yes, yeah, that was something Charles Dickens did with a lot of his works that were later compiled into books.
Okay.
But the intro, like everyone just remembers that part. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. He basically makes like 15 other like dissimiles, and then at the end he says, "So basically, it was kind of like it always is." Like that's literally how it ends. I'm actually gonna look it up because I don't remember the exact wording.
What is
But
A Tale of Two Cities actually about, other than two cities?
it's about the start of the French Revolution, as seen mostly by a bunch of British people.
Oh.
So the two cities are London, which has its own problems, and Paris, which has revolution.
The French Revolution's really interesting and also, like, really terrible.
I think it's very fascinating.
Yeah, it is, but then there's also, like, a whole lot of people getting their head chopped off. And,
Oh yeah.
and a whole lot...
And then towards the end, a lot of people didn't deserve it.
And also a whole lot of Russell Crowe pretending that he can sing. Ah, Les Miserables joke.
Oh, I did not see that movie because I heard not very good things about it.
I saw a local place, a local theater group do the musical, like the stage musical, and it's pretty good. It's just long is the thing. Like it can go on for a long time. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, blah blah blah. Oh, I love this part. We're all going direct to heaven. We're all going direct the other way. In short, the period was so far like the present period that some of its noisiest authorities insisted on being received, for good or for evil, in the superlative degree of comparison only. So basically saying, it was kind of like today. Osing. Oh, Charles Dickens.
To be honest, I like adaptations for a lot of his work, so I think that he's a strong storyteller. I just don't like his writing very much, and part of that's due to me not having I'm not a very patient reader. Like I don't like to have to think about what I'm reading in order to understand it, which that's just me being dumb. But like I love a lot of the.
I agree. It's hard to get into an old writing style.
Yeah, but like I like a lot of adaptations of Oliver Twist and A Christmas Carol and all those other things, so I do think that he writes good stories. So
yeah, I think Charles Dickens' strength is that he writes very sympathetic characters.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he writes very sympathetic characters that you root for, like Oliver Twist. I forget. I don't remember the characters. I don't remember some of the characters in A Tale of Two Cities, but like.
Wait, didn't you tell me you'd never seen A Christmas Carol?
No, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I just didn't. You made a reference to it, and I didn't know what you were talking about.
No, no, I was talking about Marley, and you didn't know who Marley was.
I didn't know you were referring to Marley from A Christmas Carol. That's what it was.
Okay, whatever.
Geez, Twitch is being stupid for me today.
Is anybody
At least the chat's still loading. But...
Okay, is anybody in the chat having Twitch problems?
And it's weird because I'm plugged into Ethernet too, which normally would be more stable. So I think it really is just Twitch being Twitch.
Twitch apparently has been having a lot of shit lately.
Yeah.
So apparently, Ryan said something about YouTube having its own gaming streaming service. So if that ends up being better than Twitch, I might switch over. Because not only that, it'd probably be easier for me to upload the replays onto YouTube too. Because what I have to do now is that XSplit always saves a copy of the video of the stream onto my hard drive. So I basically have to dig through a folder and then upload it onto onto my YouTube channel manually, which again isn't a big deal. That's why I try to do it. If it's not, sometimes I'm like a few days late in uploading the replay. That's not usually due to technical difficulties. That's due to me forgetting that I have to do it. So like if YouTube would automatically post replays of the stream for that onto my solo YouTube channel, like that would actually make my life, well, not that much easier, but it would make your guys' life better, because then you would just have it without having to worry about my fickle memory. So yeah.
Aloha, Clement.
Aloha, Clement. Yes. So yeah, has the chat had any questions to ask, Catherine?
I haven't really seen it yet.
Oh. Okay, well, just so you
But
guys
yeah.
know, this isn't exactly a Q&A stream, but if you have any pressing questions that you want us to answer, it can be either me or Catherine. My feelings won't be too hurt if you'd rather talk to her. You can just go ahead and ask. Catherine's keeping her eye on the chat to make sure that you guys all behave yourselves. Anyway, so if you've got any questions, she'll ask them to me, and if I've got an answer, I'll let you guys know.
Someone asked, do you both like pie? That's a pressing question.
I'm not much of a pie person, actually.
Depends on the kind of pie. So that's a very general question.
I can't imagine that there'd be very many types of pie that you could eat, though, because most of them have a lot of, like, baking, like, eggs and stuff in them.
Yeah, it depends.
Oh, okay.
I can make it.
Oh, yeah, you could make it vegan-powered?
Yes.
Ooh.
Someone asked, what do we want in Pokemon Gen 7?
I actually...
Since I...
Well, here's the thing. Apparently, a lot of Pokemon fans were complaining that there was no Pokemon game shown at E3. I was actually really glad that there wasn't, because there had been a new Pokemon game every year since like 2009 or something. So I'm actually really glad that they're giving the series like some time off, to be perfectly honest. So I'm not thinking about Gen 7 at the moment. I really kind of just want the series to get some time off so that they can really make the next game spectacular, because while Gen 6 I should say isn't a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, I do think that it was definitely a step down from Gen 5, and so I want them to take their time with the next game. And you've got like 2 whole generations of Pokemon to play before you even think about the newest one, right?
Yeah. For sure.
Because you're all, I need to play things in order for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not going to skip. First of all, the next game I have to play is Gen 5, and you really like Gen 5.
Oh, I love Gen 5.
So why would I skip that?
Okay. Well, you see, that makes sense. But then you could just skip Gen 6 and go straight to Gen 7 if it was better.
Someone asked why I can't eat certain things. Because I'm a vegan, and I have superpowers. One of the statements is not true.
She's not actually a vegan.
Superpowers, yeah. But yeah, if you want, I don't really like going into like why are you a vegan, because it's kind of a personal thing, and what you eat is a pretty personal thing. So, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna go into detail on that, but that is why I can't eat certain things.
You are. Okay. But yeah.
Let's see.
Catherine, what time is it?
Question. Is 8:08 p.m.
Okay, we've been going for about 40 minutes, and we've only got 20 levels left with 5. So that's actually pretty good progress.
Cool. Someone asked what we think about Yokai Watch.
It's definitely a thing that exists.
It's not Pokemon.
Yeah, it's essentially the next big Pokemon-like fad in Japan among kids, from what I've heard. So, I get why they're bringing it over to the US, but I honestly, since yokai, the idea of yokai in general, which if you're not familiar, they're like Japanese monsters. It's such a Japanese concept. I don't think it's gonna translate as well to the States as Pokemon did. So I don't think it's gonna do nearly as well over here.
Yeah.
So, like, that's basically just it. I don't think it's gonna do as well over here, which, it happens a lot. Enix, back when the company was still Enix and not Square Enix, thought that Dragon Quest was going to be just as huge in the US as it was in Japan, and Dragon Quest is huge in Japan, and the game actually sold so poorly that they had to give away copies of the original NES Dragon Warrior for free in Nintendo Power. So,
gosh.
These things don't always work out as planned. So, yeah. Although, to be fair, thinking about it, I probably should play the original Dragon Warrior at some point, but I really don't want to because that game, it looks like the most grindy thing in the entire universe. Oh, I don't have enough magic. Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, now I've got magic. Sorry. You were gonna say something.
Oh, I don't remember. Sorry. I think I was gonna say something along the lines of like, well, I don't think you like. I mean, if they remade it, that's one thing, but like,
The original Dragon
I
Warrior?
think the closest thing is like, okay, yeah, like for me trying to get into the Fire Emblem series or Final Fantasy, like those are two series where I've played some of the later games. I want to go back and play some of the older games, but I'm not gonna go back like for Final Fantasy. I'm not gonna go back and play like emulate or play a direct port of NES Final Fantasy. Like I would like half the spells to work
Oh no, if I was gonna
instead
play,
of not doing anything. Like I'm gonna play the I have the GBA port and then I also have the PSP port. So I'm gonna play one of those. I know
yeah,
they're a
there's
little bit easier because of the magic system, but whatever.
I think there's a Game Boy Color port of the original 3 Dragon Quest games that are really good. Although from what I've
Oh.
seen because I've watched H.C. Bailey's LPs of Dragon Quest 1 and 2, 3 actually looks playable still. Like it looks like a very solid game just overall. 3. But I really do recommend you start with 4 because I love 4 to death. It's actually one of my favorite RPGs, so you should play 4. 4 and 5 is also really great as well, because wait, did I win? No, I didn't want to win. Damn it, 5. 5 is also really great too. I think its gameplay isn't as strong as 4 because you don't get the same kind of variety with party members because it tries to go for a monster recruiting system. But it's got a really, really touching story. So I think you'd like both 4 and 5. 6 is okay. It's just a little bit long and kind of tedious at points, and the story isn't as good.
Okay.
The thing about 6 is that at the time it was really graphically impressive because it really took advantage of the Super Nintendo.
Okay.
If you want just for comparison, go look up Earthbound and then look up Dragon Quest 6, and I believe Dragon Quest 6 only came out like a few months after Earthbound did in Japan. So that'll just tell you the graphical difference. But since I played it on the DS, where the graphics for all 3 of those games in that trilogy look almost identical, like you don't really get that same effect, So
Yeah.
yeah.
Someone asked, getting like as this person's getting into the Final Fantasy series, which one do you think they'll enjoy the most?
Well, the thing is that my first Final Fantasy game was actually Final Fantasy IV, and I played the original SNES version, butchered translation and all, and I loved that game. So any version of that game is great.
Easy version.
It wasn't.
I feel like you should
Well,
play
for the first,
probably.
well, for the first one that they're doing in the series, they should probably pick an easier one. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I feel like there's easy and then there's butcher difficulty.
No, I still died plenty in that game. I had to, I died a lot in that game. There are plenty of tough bosses like the Mega Sisters. All of the Elemental Fiends are difficult. The final boss is hard. Yeah, that game still wasn't.
Mylon. And his next form, Mylon Z. Sorry, I just love that Scarmillion became Mylon. better than Final Fantasy V. Wyvern. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in Final Fantasy V, there was an enemy that is clearly, I think it was Final Fantasy V, right? Where there was an enemy that is a wyvern, like the dragon without wings type thing. Traditionally, a wyvern. They translated the name as capital Y space B-U-R-N. Wyvern.
But Catherine,
I think I remember that from. Oh, yes.
Okay, well, it's just I was thinking, are you thinking of the original Final Fantasy IV on SNES, when you're talking about butchered difficulty, or are you thinking of Final Fantasy Easy Mode for easy mode? Because the version of the version that the States got for Final Fantasy IV is actually in between the original and easy mode in difficulty. Easy mode,
Oh, okay.
apparently, you don't even have to try to win.
Okay.
So it's not just Final Fantasy IV easy mode with English localization. I
Okay.
think it's
So it's a
actually
little bit. It's between. Okay.
it's between, yeah.
Okay.
At
I
least
do
I
remember
believe it
hearing
is.
that the Final Fantasy quote unquote 2 for NES for SNES was easier than the Japanese version, but at least
Y-
it wasn't
It's
like
not
the
no
worst.
no it's not the worst. And to be honest, it's still I still had a lot of fun playing that game. So I
Yeah.
love that game too. So you should play it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Um. What is the Souls game? Is it like Demon
Dark
Souls,
Dark
Dark Souls?
Souls, yeah. They're not, to be
I
honest, that's
don't.
not a series I have terrible lot of interest in because, like, I'm gonna talk bad about a fan base for a minute, so I'm sorry, but to be honest, it kind of comes across as a little bit culty when people get that fanatical about a game and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's so hard, guys! You have to play it," and I'm like, all right, I try to play games to not tear my hair out, but sure, whatever. And it just does not seem like the kind of game that I'd have fun playing. So I just have
I just
very.
don't know much about it, and I think it's just like
It's
it's one
it's
of
a,
those things. I don't know a lot of people personally who play it, so I'm not like okay.
basically from what I've seen, it's like an action RPG series. Um, and the combat is really really difficult. Like you can get hit once and you'll lose like a half of your health or something ridiculous. Um, and on top of that, there's also there's things like if you die, which you will a lot, like I think you lose like part of your health permanently or other things. It's actually it's like stupid ridiculous, and that's the point. So it just does not seem like the game
Mhm.
that I would be very interested in playing because like I'm okay with the game being challenging, but I'm not okay with the game making death really that inconvenient. Because, like, take a game like Rayman Origins, for example. You'll die a lot in that game, but you're only ever going like 20 seconds back. From what I
Mhm.
can tell in Dark Souls, you can be put back hours if you die, potentially. So, and I
Whoa.
get that it means that every battle is really tense, but it also, I don't want to deal with it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's obviously not for everyone. It sounds like some people in the chat like it.
Well, we're on Twitch,
Yeah,
and if you
I can't
talk
say I
bad
know
about,
too much about it.
well, here's the thing, Catherine. We're on Twitch, and people stream a lot of the Souls series on Twitch. So, finding people who like Dark Souls on Twitch is like going to an anime convention and finding someone who likes anime.
Oh, a couple people, including the person who originally asked about it because they like the Souls series, said it is comparing it to Monster Hunter is a fair comparison. I know you tried a Monster Hunter demo and
Yeah,
did not care for it. So
No, I thought the combat was really slow and kind of dull in
okay.
Monster Hunter, and I did not like how grindy it seemed. Like I know we're grinding right now, but that's my own problem. Like this is an well, here's the thing, like from what I saw of Monster Hunter, it seemed it seemed like the whole point was the grind, and here like there's non-grindy stuff to do in Hyrule Warriors. I'm just choosing to because I hate myself. It's not like
This is just Ted having a problem,
yeah,
guys.
it's not like this is all there is to the game. From what I could tell when it comes to Monster Hunter, it there's no overarching narrative. There's no reason to keep doing what you're doing other than to grind, really. So it's just that doesn't interest me much either. So yeah,
Okay.
and I know I'm not alone there because I think Derek. I was talking to Derek and he said that he wasn't very impressed by Monster Hunter 4 on the 3DS either. So
Dude, I just want to know how much money Capcom is paying Nintendo to advertise their stuff so much. Like, because I just, like, they have two puzzles. They're
well,
just everywhere.
well,
I
the thing
feel
is that
like.
Nintendo does make money every time they sell. because here's the thing. I think Monster Hunter 4 is actually exclusive on the 3DS, or at least for a time. Nintendo makes money off of every sale that Capcom has for Monster Hunter because it's their platform and they get a cut of that profit. I'm sure. So it's in their best interest to get this series, which is big in Japan and not as big in the West, moving in the West so that they can get money from multiple regions. So yeah, it's really kind of a shared interest scenario here. Although
I
I
still
wish.
think Capcom's shelling out.
No, Capcom's probably shilling out for like the puzzle pieces, because it really kind of annoyed me that I got 2 Monster Hunter pieces in the puzzle for puzzles because it's just like I just did a Monster Hunter puzzle. You're gonna give me another one? Come on, guys! Like really? What level are we at for Fi? I beat the mission again, which I didn't want to do.
I can't tell because my stream is frozen.
Oh well, no,
Chat's
I'm on
still
the
moving, though.
I can't tell either because I'm on the victory screen and they don't show the HUD when you're in victory. So
Okay.
we'll have to wait until I get through all of the stuff where they're all like, here's your things that you won in the fight. So yeah.
Oh, someone said, how about that Ratchet and Clank PS4 gameplay? Oh my gosh, it looked awesome. I loved it. It looked like so much fun. I need to play the future games. But it just looks so good. It just looks like I just can't wait.
So you shoot things in this game?
Of course. And Mr. Zircon is there. I haven't played the future games, but I know a little bit about him from when SGB did their playthrough of Ratchet and Clank, and they were talking about him. Apparently, he's like this guard robot sort of thing that helps you, and he just has these hilarious lines. And apparently, like, you just summon him, and he's like, "Mr. Zircon still hears a heartbeat. That will change," or something. I'm getting the lines. I don't have the lines in front of me, so I'm not getting exactly right, but. But then it's funny because apparently if you summon him and there are no enemies and just crates around, he's like, "Crates? You waste Mr. Zircon time with crates?"
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But it looks great. I really need to play it.
But you don't have a PS4.
I'll get one.
But you'd need to spend monies in order to get one.
Excuse me. I'll get one because it's not going to be out for a while, so I still have time.
How much time?
Huh?
How much time?
How much time? A while. I think it's coming out like Q1 or Q2 of next year.
Oh, but how will you be able to play that when you're too busy playing Fire Emblem?
Ah! Oh, someone posted a Mr. Zircon quote. "Mr. Zircon does not need bolts. His currency is pain."
This guy sounds like a psychopath.
It's amazing. He's a cute little robot. What do you expect?
For him to not be a psychopath? Because that's wrong.
Ha ha ha, you've not seen Insomniac games. Sorry, Zircon quotes. Someone asked what we thought about Aisha Tyler at Ubisoft. Do we think she improved from last year?
No, she's getting better, and she's a funny person.
Just a little bit.
Like,
I was a little turned off by the necklace that said Girlwood. Like, really? Are we bringing that up again? It wasn't funny 2 years ago.
Well, you know, I didn't notice that, so, you know, maybe that's just me, but, like, I thought she did okay. It could have been worse.
Yeah, I thought she was alright. I thought it was... Excuse me. I thought it was still a little forced.
Oh,
like,
no, it was
why are we bothering this poor cosplayer?
Oh, no, that poor guy. Like, he just wanted to go and, like, yeah. He really looked like he was really uncomfortable.
And she's making stupid jokes about catching rickets. For the record, everyone, rickets is a disease I believe you get if you have a vitamin D deficiency. You can't catch rickets from somebody else. That's like saying...
It's like saying you're gonna catch
anemia from somebody else. Yeah, or scurvy. That's a good example as well. Like, it's a vitamin deficiency. Like, I don't expect you to know it. It just shows me how dumb a joke it was. Like, it's a really dumb joke.
Well, it's
Like,
dumb
it's
for
dumb.
you since you're such a smart person. All right. Jeez, not everyone's like, oh, I do chemistry and play with party balloons, okay?
Dude, party balloon. That was fun.
Like, I can't believe that you use like actual for real party balloons in your chemistry in your super
Oh, it's
serious
awesome.
chemistry lab.
We have, like, in our lab supply closet. Well, actually, we're out. I need to remind someone to order more of those. We have, like, test tubes, pipettes, more test tubes, Kim wipes, which are like Kleenex for lab, and party balloons. All different colors. You can pick your colors. I made a pink one because it was pretty. Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, you're so stereotypical because you like pink and you're a girl.
Someone asked if Brain Scratch would ever consider doing a Rayman Origins or Legends co-op playthrough, like multiplayer or live type thing.
Maybe. We don't think about these things too terribly far in advance. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. So yeah, maybe. That's my answer. Okay, so I believe Phi is at level 253 now.
You gonna
Hold.
sell out?
I'm gonna buy her because I'm not doing. Because honestly, I'd be wasting materials trying to give her another potion, and it's only 128,000 rupees. So yeah, there we go. She's at max level. Wait, hold on a moment. Phi's max damage is max strength is 1480. Wait, oh, the game didn't save my Agatha's my my leveling up Agatha last time. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Phi does have more strength than no, Agatha does have more strength than Phi. What the hell? That is not true. Spirit of the Master Sword, obviously weaker than this weird little girl who likes bugs. Yeah, whatever. So
But
anyway,
she's
yeah.
so adorable.
Whatever. So anyway, that was the Grindfest for tonight, everybody. I'm glad. I hope you all
Are we
enjoyed it.
ending it? It
Yeah.
hasn't even been an hour.
It hasn't been an hour. Wait, what time is it?
What other character?
Oh, I think I
It's
accidentally.
not even 8:30.
I
Did
think
you turn
oh
off X?
no, I accidentally. I tapped my power strip, and oh, the thing's back on, and my hop hog turned off for a moment. Oops, guess we gotta end the stream then. Oh well. The real answer is I'm tired and I don't want to. And the idea of grinding up another character, especially one that would take a lot longer than Phi, because Phi is light elemental and I'm out of light elemental characters, just sounds exhausting. And I'm a little bit tired. So we're gonna call it a night for now. But thank you everybody for watching. Uh, Catherine, what's even up on the stream right now?
Camera not available. Whoopsies. That's hilarious. Check to see if it's disconnected or in use by another application.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think we're gonna call it a night for now. Thank you everybody for coming over. Next time we stream, I'm gonna be doing something similar where I let you guys vote on who we're gonna have grinded. So yeah, I hope you all look forward to that. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.